It's your boy! Kavolt Gaming here. Now today, I'm finally doing a review video for Apex Legends. I'm talking the Battle Pass, initial impressions of the game, where we're at now, where we can go, the good, the bad, what can be improved. So if you guys like the content,
please be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Let's get into the video. So let's start this video off with things I don't like about Apex Legends. One of the biggest things that bothers me about Apex Legends is the queue system. Whenever I get into games with the randoms and they're like level 2, level 3, chances are they're not going to know what they're doing. And it kind of makes it difficult to play. Let's be honest here. When you're playing with a level 2 or level 3 and you're level 96 or plus, already purchased the Battle Pass, kind of like very into the game is what I'm saying. It's very tough to coordinate tactics when you have a lot of fresh faces on the scene and you kind of have to sit there and teach them while being surrounded by enemy teams, trying to find the circle, trying to get your team in a good position and fend off enemies. It wasn't a big deal when the game first came out because everyone was new. Now we're seeing this huge gap between people that play the game non-stop, upper level, know exactly what they're doing, played I don't know how many thousands of games probably or matches, compared to people that just started the game. There should be a different system or mechanic that kind of cues you in based on your level so that the matches are competitive. And I think it's very important to understand the fun factor. Of course, everybody wants to be competitive, they want to win, but if you're not having fun in the game, then there's no real point of playing. If you can't consistently say, hey, I'm enjoying this game. You can say you're winning the matches, but are you enjoying each match? Okay, so what I mean by having people that are lower level fighting lower level people, it makes sense because you're more likely to have fun and grow. If you're going against people that are the top echelon of the game, maxed out on everything, all these cosmetics, then chances are you're going to be faced with many critical situations that you're not ready for. You're going to rage, you're going to want to quit, and you're not going to play with certain people. And I say all that to say this. Apex, for now, is a team game. Okay, there's so many matches where people that don't play a team mindset lose. And yes, there's a select few of people that can win entire games by themselves and rack up a lot of kills. But I'm talking about the average player here, guys. The average player is probably not going to do something like that. And we've got to understand the fun factor, okay? If you're playing the game and you're not enjoying it, chances are you're not going to play it anymore. I've seen so many people rage quit and get pissed because they're going against people that are pros, know exactly what they're doing, and they're just caught off guard and just destroyed. So, and it's really tough because you'll be playing and you feel it's a hindrance to your teammates. You're getting knocked. You're not picking up the right loot. You're picking up the wrong stuff. You don't know how to get rid of anything. These factors like this can really affect the game. So yeah, Apex needs a queue system, a better queue system. On to the next problem. Now, I don't think this one's a big one or will be any surprise to anyone. It's the map size. Initially, I thought the map was fine when I first started playing, but now I'm level 96, and there's been so many matches, so many things that have occurred that honestly, the map feels so small now. Like, I've played, and I get so bored from seeing the same things, same map, same terrain, same everything. Now, the one thing that Fortnite has, one of the things that Fortnite has over Apex, is that they changed the terrain. It is visually pleasing to look at, and there's always something new to see. There's changes in the map, and I think if Apex adopted a similar mindset or same mechanic, it would make the game so much more fun. Because if you're looking at the same stuff, you're more likely to get bored. Like the bored factor as well. Getting bored is something that you do not want players to feel. I think that if they change the terrain every couple, weeks, maybe a month, it'd be great to just update that, change the map up a little bit. It would incite players to actually look around and observe the aesthetics, the mood, the environment, the terrain, the landscape, everything like that in the game. It would just make it more interesting. Referring to the map size also leads to one of my other biggest concerns, or one of the downfalls of Apex. When we're looking at the community of battle royales, you gotta understand that when games like Fortnite exist that update every week, people get used to seeing that updates every week, Smite updates every Monday. One of the biggest downfalls of Overwatch was update time. Adding new heroes, adding new stuff, all the new content to the game, it took so long. That's one of the biggest problems, and look what happened to that game. In the market of battle royale games where they're getting updates every week, you gotta understand, from one game to the next, people are going to flock towards that more likely. People are going to do videos on the updates. People are going to do content on what's changed, what's this, and what's that. Apex needs that. They need quicker updates, and I know the game hasn't even been out 3 months yet. It just hit the second month that it's been released. But in the competing market of games, of battle royales, you gotta understand that people are gonna get bored. They're gonna lose interest in a game that doesn't change. Look at, like I said, look at Overwatch. It was not changing fast enough. They weren't adding new content, weren't adding new things. These factors like this can really affect the growth of the game. Now let me be honest, I'm rooting for Apex. I love Apex. I wouldn't do all this, I wouldn't make videos reviewing the game if I didn't have hope, if I didn't really enjoy the game. So I'm truly rooting for Apex, which leads me to the things that I like about the game. Now I know guys, I've been sounding like a Debbie Downer. I've been really beating the crap out of Apex Legends, but it's only because I care about the game. I want it to succeed, and now I'm getting into the things that I really like about the game. When I first downloaded Apex and got into my first match, I had no idea what I was doing. But the one thing I can tell you is that what I really enjoyed and noticed right off the bat was the movement. Being able to use my terrain to my advantage and really just like parkouring across the whole map, it's so cool. And when you're getting chased by enemy teams, it really feels like a freaking chase, like in an action movie. You're being chased by like these people trying to kill you. Basically, you're running, jumping on buildings, you're sliding, you're going down hills, you're jumping off buildings. Like these things like that make the game so fun. I thoroughly enjoy just running around in the game. I feel so fast. There's a sense of freedom when you play. I don't like how in Call of Duty when I'm running, it just feels so sloppy and it doesn't feel like I'm really moving. I've played as Gibraltar. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Brody, he feels like he's moving slow. Even if he wasn't moving slow, it feels that way. I feel like I have a rock, like I'm carrying a boulder on my back with him and Caustic. And speaking of movement, I go into this aspect. I want to talk about, and we all know my favorite character is Pathfinder. And when it comes to movement, Pathfinder is that guy. Instantly off the bat, I was like looking at all the characters. I didn't like Wraith. I didn't like Bangalore. I didn't like Caustic. I didn't like Mirage like that. But when I looked at Pathfinder, I don't know what it was about his personality, the way he comes off, or just the fact that he's just a robot and he's pretty much the only robot in the game. I just love playing as Pathfinder. I really feel like I'm Spider-Man and I can get the drop on teams. There's been so many times I've just slid up and just used the grapple around the corner, pulled out a Peacekeeper, one pops somebody in the head. Boom, that feels amazing. A lot of the personalities go along with their abilities. And I think that's really cool. I think that's very interesting about the game. The only other game I've played where I've loved the characters is basically Overwatch. So like if they did like cinematic shorts for like characters in the game, I take my money. Y'all make a movie for Apex? What? First one in the theaters. Now I gotta talk about the guns. I love me that Peacekeeper, the triple take, not the Havoc, never mind, I lied. I hate the Havoc. But that wingman, oh my god, that's my favorite gun in the game. I like that animation when you first pick it up and you like twist it around and just like it. I feel like Django Unchained, bro. Like yo, hitting people with that gun is like the best feeling because I'll be that guy that has a 12 mag and only hit like maybe 3 or 4 shots and knock him down. I'll miss the entire clip, but the fact that I'm having and using gun, it's amazing. I also really enjoy that sound when you shoot the Peacekeeper. Like, you know that whoosh sound when you shoot the I don't know, man, it might just be me, but that sound is just so cool. Like, I just feel like I'm just dominating. Like, I'm alpha out here, just whipping, just smacking the hell out of everybody with the Peacekeeper. Although I would love to see a lot more guns in the next update, I really enjoy the current guns we have. I can't wait to see more. And we got to talk about it. The Mozambique is the worst gun in the game. I'd rather just use my fists at this point because I just miss all the shots. I basically just want to give up and just quit the game using that gun. But there's been times where I've had to use it to save the team, and I've actually wiped people with, like, I used the alternator and the Mozambique one time together and wiped like almost a whole squad. Like, it was crazy that I smacked somebody with a Mozambique. Like, getting killed by someone with a Mozambique is very embarrassing. I think that's probably one of the worst ways to go out in the game. Now I'm getting into the things that the game really needs to improve on, like where we're at now and where it can be taken from this point. We just got the season 1 battle pass, and honestly, it wasn't what I expected. And I feel like a lot of people felt betrayed about I guess we had just such high expectations for the battle pass. And considering that it was only $10 to get the regular one. I'm not talking about the premium one or the whatever. I think it's the premium battle pass. Like, I gotta say, the battle pass kind of just disappointed me with like the bare minimum. It felt like things being added to the game. We get like skins like this, and I mean that's pretty cool. That's there. I'm giving props, but like the season 1 kill cards are fucking that whatever this is. It's just the tracker. It's whack. There's even a skin for the Mozambique. Like, I didn't feel as though the battle. Whoa, that's a map. Okay, I'm getting that. But besides the point, I wanted to say this: the battle pass really just felt like a letdown. Okay, I'll be one of the first ones to say it. When I got it, I actually stopped playing for a couple of days. The day I bought the battle pass, it just wasn't. It didn't really feel like a good grind to me. There was nothing really much of, besides this right here, much value to even getting stuff in the battle pass. Like some of the cosmetics, some of the outfits you get, they don't even feel worthwhile. I want the game to improve its cosmetics, more skins, and that's what Fortnite does so well. They add all these amazing skins, all these cosmetics with the battle pass. So it's kind of like it gives you a reason to do it. When you're playing, you're grinding for something you can see. You can look at it and the stuff. You say, "Oh my God, the store! I want this. This is amazing." Like stuff like that. Like, look at this skin. I would put money for stuff like this. So it's a good start, but it's not enough. And I feel like the future battle passes are gonna be a lot better. But if they can just also like boost the cosmetics, the stuff you wear, like the outfits. If you notice, like let's look at the outfits right now. Like you look at them right here. And I didn't like this. It really pissed me off looking at this. Like these, the hack system, Demon Hunter, user friendly. Like, these skins are basically all the same. If you notice, they're all kind of modeled. Like, there's one right here, and the Quicksilver is basically the same thing. It's kind of identical. Then you look at the Model P. Well, the Aviator, basically the same head, basically like the same outfit, legs, arms. Everything kind of just feels the same. I kind of had a mixed review or mixed vibes when I was doing this review. But it's only because I didn't want to seem too biased in my opinion. I love Apex. I play the game all the time. It's the only game I've ever done an 8-hour stream multiple times on. I couldn't do that with For Honor or Brawlhalla. I would get so bored. But like I can do that with Apex. Apex is probably my favorite game right now. Apex is doing what it's supposed to do, adding more stuff, keeping the game interesting and being consistent. Then these problems I'm not really worried about. This is only season 1, and look at how many people have played the game, bought the battle pass, and made videos and content on the game. If you haven't played Apex, I suggest you check it out. It's a really fun game. Play with your friends.